Hello everyone. Today I'm going to show you how to subtract decimals. So let's say that you have 39.047 minus 7.96. Again, the first thing to do is you want to set up the problem. So you want to write down the first number, 39.047, and you want to make sure that the decimal points here and here are perfectly aligned. They are in a line like this here. So that means the next number is 796. So let's try to subtract these numbers here. Again, when we're subtracting, wherever you see an empty spot here after the decimal, you replace it by a 0, just so every number can have another number that you can subtract it with. So now I can say 7 take away 0 is 7. 4 take away 6. Again, I cannot have $4 and trying to take away 6 from it. I need to borrow 1. So I look at the number to the left and I try to borrow 1. Unfortunately, I cannot borrow 1. Why? Because it's a 0. So 0 has nothing for me to borrow from. So I'll move on to the next number, which is a 9. I can borrow 1 from the 9. So I'll borrow 1 from the 9. Now, so the 9 becomes an 8. And this one becomes 10. Now, the 4 can borrow 1 from the 10. So the 10 becomes a 9. And I borrow 1 here. So now this is 14. So 14 take away 6 is 8. 9 take away 9 is 0. 8 take away 7 is 1. And 3 take away nothing really is 3. Or you can just bring down the 3. So your final answer is 31.087. Let's look at another example. So let's say that you have 29 minus 9.23. Again, when you have a whole number, the decimal point, even if you don't see it, is not going to be here. The decimal point is always where? Always to the right of the number, all the way to the right of the number. So 29, the decimal point is technically here. And 9.23, make sure that the decimal points again are aligned. 2, 3. Now we're going to subtract. Again, here there's a number. We always replace them by a 0 so we can do the problem. So now I have 0. I cannot take away 3 from it. I need to borrow 1. So I look at the next number here. This is still 0. I cannot borrow 1 from it. So I have to look at the 9. I can borrow 1 from the 9. So the 9, if I borrow 1 from it, it becomes 8. So when I borrow 1 from the 9, this one becomes 10 technically. So that 10 right there, I can't borrow the 1 from the 10 now to give it to that guy. So if I borrow 1 from the 10, it's no longer 10, it becomes 9. And I can give the 1 to that guy now. So now we can do the problem. 10 take away 3 is 7. 9 take away 2 is 7. Now here is another problem. I have 8 here. I cannot do 8 take away 9. So I have to look over here and borrow 1 from the 2. If I borrow 1 from the 2, I put the 1 here. And the 2 becomes what? It becomes a 1. So now I can do 18 take away 9, which is 9. And then 1 take away nothing is 1, because there's nothing there. And that's your final answer. Let's do one last example. So let's say that you have 1.2 minus 0.8235. Again, let's set up the problem by making sure that the decimal points are perfectly aligned. So pretty much each number after the decimal should have a number on top of it or below it. So here, this is not the case, so I put a 0. So I can have a number here, a 0, so this one can have a number. And I put a 0 here, so this one can have a number. So let's subtract. So again, we're running into the same problem. This is 0. I cannot take away 5 from it. I need to borrow 1, but unfortunately, I cannot borrow 1 from that guy. I cannot borrow 1 from that guy. I have to go all the way there to borrow 1 from this guy. So if I borrow 1 from this guy, I have 1 left. And I'll give the 1 to that guy. So this guy itself can lose a 1 to become a 9 to give it to that guy, because we don't like to see zeros by themselves like this. And this 10 here again can borrow 1 from it to become a 9 and to give the 1 to that guy. So now I can do 10 take away 5, which is 5. 9 take away 3, which is 6. 9 take away 2, which is 7. Here's another problem here then. we have a 1 here, and we cannot do 1 take away 8. So I have to borrow 1 from that guy, so this one becomes 11. If I borrow 1 from that guy, there's nothing left. So now I have 11 take away 8, which is 3. And 0 take away 0, I still have 0, nothing left. So our final answer is 0.3765. Thanks for watching and make sure you practice. Bye.